Now, one issue that invariably takes center stage in every election is price rise, especially the fuel price rise, which impacts pretty much every other commodity. Now, opposition parties use it to whip up public sentiment against the government. And if you thought this happens only in India, then you must in fact look at these images from France. For more than a week now, massive protests against fuel hike have in fact been on. Dubbed as the Yellow Vest protest, it has now become the biggest crisis that is being faced by President Emmanuel Macron. So much so that the protesters are in fact calling on him to step down.
In September, India was rocked by a series of protests over fuel price hike. Several political groups called for nationwide strikes against the government. Currently, France is facing a similar protest, but there's a major difference. The fuel protests are being led by ordinary people with no political affiliations. And the Yellow Vest protest is threatening to destabilize President Emmanuel Macron's government. So what is the protest all about? The name Yellow Vest alludes to the high visibility jackets worn by the demonstrators. French drivers are required to carry these jackets in cases of emergency. Fuel taxes have put France on fire literally when Macron proposed to increase the taxes on petrol and diesel by 20%. His logic: the reform would fund eco-friendly projects and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But for the protesters, it is an attack on low-income groups by a president who they see as pro-rich. Several people blocked oil depots, roads and metro stations to pressurize the government to back down on the tax hike. Protesters were seen vandalizing shops and even hurling racist abuses at several places. Despite reports of hooliganism, the Yellow Vests have managed to shake Macron's government. According to a survey, the French president's approval rating was at its lowest since he assumed office last year. But the president is unaffected by the nationwide movement. The French president is showing no sign of backtracking on the further fuel tax hike, which will come into effect on January 1st, 2019. It's just a matter of time when the protests spill over and generate a bigger discontent against Macron's handling of the economy. Bureau Report, Wion, World is One.